Hi, good morning. Myself, Mohammed Abuzir, and my partner, Mohammed Haider and Ishika. We're going to take the interview for Lydia, as we had already posted a job which she had applied for. Hi, Lydia.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Yeah, so we have already gone through your resume, as you know that you have applied for the corporate law clerk job.
Yes.
So basically, we'll be having a short interview
Okay.
process, which will be divided into like 4 to 5 parts accordingly, and we'll be having a few questions.
Okay,
So first
perfect.
will be introduction part, and the second part will discuss about the skills and expertise. And moving forward with the third part will be about problem solving skills and also decision making skills. And along with that, communication and the adaptability and learning. And the last will be something related to the legal work or something related to the job duties. So to begin with, can you tell us about your basic, can you briefly explain, introduce yourself and tell us about your educational background?
Of course, yeah. So, hi guys, my name is Lydia Shin. I'm currently at Seneca for their law clerk accelerated program. I recently graduated from U of T with a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in political science and double minoring in a sociology and philosophy background. I'm currently working part-time as a young children's educator while I am in my studies. And yeah, that's just like a little bit of what I've done up to this point. And I'm really excited to be able to talk to you guys and to be able to apply for this position.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Um, Also, I would want to know about your professional experience. Do you have any experience in the uh, law field or as a law clerk, or if you have worked on any projects?
No, so I haven't worked specifically in the law clerk background or at a law firm, but I have, as you see on my resume, I have a lot of front desk experience as well as customer service experience. So I'm very familiar with a lot of the administrative work and a lot of the clerical duties that are required of a law clerk. I've learned quite a bit in my studies, and I feel positive that I'd be able to apply those skill sets and the things that I've been able to acquire from my studies to be able to be as effective as possible whilst also learning in this role.
Yeah, good. Talking about the skills and expertise that are required for the job, like, can you give an example of a tough legal paper you have written or reviewed before?
So for a legal paper, so
Yeah.
we've been looking at a lot of cases and we've been looking at a lot of things in our work. And I would say more than a paper, some of the not struggles, but I would say some of the things that I found to be quite tedious were a lot of the documents that I had to look through and to also put input like multiple informations that I'm learning as I go. Such as like, for example, because this is for a corporate position, in the corporate classes, we would do a lot of articles of incorporation and drafting a lot of applications and drafts for documents that need to be filed, but I found that being organized and being very detail oriented was something that I was able to overcome those difficulties and just always double checking my work and always being communicative with my professor, but also in the work field with my senior law partners to manage and overcome those difficulties.
Sure.
All right. So, as you just mentioned
Uh,
that,
oh, okay.
okay, Shiga, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that, as you say that you have some experience about customer service and front desk. So can you just tell me, like, what were the challenging situations that you encountered and how you resolved it while maintaining the professionalism as well as the friendliness?
Of course. As a customer service representative, as also front desk, you have to be very friendly and have a really outgoing and warm personality. I would say on a day-to-day basis, when you're doing customer service, you tend to deal with some difficult clients or some difficult customers who come in. And so I believe that how I was able to overcome those is just to be as understanding and considerate and respectful as possible. I know that everyone is going through like different things in their lives. And I know that, especially if I am to be in a legal setting, then I know that doing legal matters can be very challenging. It can be very stressful, and it can be situations that not everyone wants to be in. So I think being really respectful, understanding, and to always be communicative and to use keywords like such as I'm so sorry that you feel this way, like what could I do to help, and just being really respectful in any professional setting that you can be.
Right. So also, as you mentioned that you have been very careful with things, and you uh, like put a lot of effort in identifying the minute details, etc. So can you please tell me an example where you like focused on the minute details and it made a very big difference for you?
Of course. So in my previous job, as the front desk associate, as well as the customer service at my logistic company, I was given an important task to complete and draft an important document that was to be sent to one of the other companies that we will also work with as a logistic company. And I would take each part of the draft as well as each part of the document separately, and I would plan accordingly using some of the applications that we've learned or I've been able to hone in my skill sets, which is to not only use all the Microsoft's 365 applications such as Excel, PowerPoint, Word, but also using the Outlook calendar to make sure that I'm reminding myself of all the deadlines that are due. I would also always communicate with my senior partners or my managers to double check that my work was being done. I would always cross-reference with anything that I could, and to always just double check on my work. And I believe that being organized, doing everything in a proper manner, having such skill sets to be able to go over your work, read it out loud, make sure that you're not missing anything, and to always ask for help too as well, just to make sure that everything is being done, because that's the most important part of our jobs, is to be able to do what needs to be done and our tasks accordingly. And so I feel that I was able to use a lot of the skill sets that I was able to learn, such as, making organized lists of or jot notes or sticky notes, using planners, both virtual and physical, to be able to get all the tasks done accordingly in the right order and in the right manner. And I believe that was the best way. And I was able to overcome one of the more difficult drafts or the more difficult assignments that I was given. And I believe that I was able to do it in a professional as well as detail-oriented manner.
Right.
Yeah, nice to hear that. So moving forward with the next part, um, so can you tell me how do you explain this legal stuff, all these legal stuff, to the people who are not lawyers, who are outside of this field, especially within the company? How do you feel like, how can you explain this stuff to those people?
Yeah, so legal matters are definitely some very tedious and very confusing things, especially with the lingo and some of the jargon that are used in legal and law firms. I would say, like I said, the best thing to do is be respectful and to be understanding and to explain it in very simplified manners, but also to do it in a way that that if they have any questions or if they still don't understand, to not be judgmental or to not look down on someone, but to just take it slow and make sure that they're understanding the tasks or the stuff that needs to be done. I would say that something that I have to be aware as a law clerk is just to speak only within my parameters of that role, and any other detailed questions or things that regard giving like law advice, that would be something that would be done by the head law, the senior partner or the partner that I'm with who would have to deal with much of the legal aspects, but any of the smaller stuff such as invoices or like how to fill out documents or what needs to be done in certain drafts, those things I would love to be able to go through with them one by one, or to just list out what needs to be filled out. And those things I would be able to do in a very respectful manner, because I know it's very tedious and it's a lot of things to do, and it can be a very stressful position to be in, filling out a lot of things or being given a lot of information at once. And so I would always be in communication and contact. And of course, all clients have my information as well as the senior partner or the partner that I would be working with. So I'll always constantly be in communication with them and giving them just the reassurance that we're always here to help, and that our main important job is to get their legal matter done.
Sure. Thank you.
No worries.
And going forward with the one last quick question. So, can you talk about a time when you had to, like, that there will be a changes in new rules and regulations according to the law. So can you talk about a time when you had to quickly learn about a new rule or a new law? If you
Yeah,
find that.
so because I haven't been in a specific law setting, I could say that for the job that I was talking about, the reason why I was doing customer service and front desk positions was because I got switched over to a new role. So I first worked as a customer front desk associate, and then they wanted to and asked me if I can move more towards the customer service side, which would be handling all internal calls as well as customer service related calls, and to deal with a lot more documents and drafts regarding some of the logistic aspects of the company. And so I would say that although it was a very although it was a very big change from what I was used to, I was able to do it with an open manner, and also just with an opportunity to learn a whole bunch of new skill sets. So I wanted to stay positive, and also just with an open mind to wanting to learn more. I believe that I had a very great relationship, and I had a very strong connection to the company that I was working with. And so I didn't want to leave the job, and I wanted to learn new aspects that would also further my career in not just customer service, but eventually into this position, so that I could be able to be more communicative and effective. And so although it was difficult to make the switch, I believe that being open to learning and to have a positive mindset, and to always have a desire to learn new skill sets and to grow in my position has helped in that challenge.
Well, that was quite impressive.
Thank you.
If you guys have any other questions.
I just
Yeah,
want to
just the last thing. Like, can you just elaborate on any of your experiences when you had to collaborate with a colleague or or an legal professional for achieving a common goal or to complete some project successfully?
Course, yeah. So I would say that for one of my jobs as well, as a sales associate, I'm always constantly working with a colleague to make sales. I believe that I was a team player, in that in my job, when I would finish and meet my sales quotas early, that I would give my sales to my other colleagues so that they would meet their sales quotas, so that we could have an overall great achievement in our store. I would say, as well as my other job at the logistic company at ServiceNet, I was constantly working with other colleagues to make PowerPoints and to make presentations to show the progress that we were doing. And I believe that although there were some difficulties, of course, working with other people, because everyone has different timelines and everyone's different, but I believe that I was able to maintain professional and to maintain a friendly manner. And I believe that it's so important to make good relationships with your colleagues, because those are the people that you'll be working with day to day. And I think those are relationships and bonds that really help and grow you to be a better worker and to be a better employee. And I believe that having a good relationship with your colleagues is extremely important for just the company itself too, for the productivity and for the overall growth. And so I believe that in that aspect, I was able to collaborate with a lot of different people of all different positions. And I believe that being able to work in so many different genres of work, being a teacher, working in a logistic company as a front desk and customer service, and then also working in sales has helped me to be able to really communicate well with an array of different people. And so I think that I've been able to really problem solve and really be able to work well and have a respectful manner in talking to even very difficult clients that you would find in sales, or even as a teacher dealing with young children who may not have patience or may not be able to focus well. And I think that's also a great skill set that I was able to learn, to collaborate with teachers on how to better educate children, and to also deal with maybe difficult parents in parent-teacher conferences. And so I believe that any of the difficulties I was able to get through them. And I believe it was so important to maintain really good and friendly relationships, as well as being respectful and professional with my colleagues.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Thank you, Lydia. I just wanted to thank you for making time to apply for this job. And we are going to get back to you regarding this because we have a few more candidates lined up for this. So we are going to get back to you about that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much for speaking to
you.
me. And thank you.
Good one.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. And thank you for considering me for this position, and look forward to hearing back from you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.